Hi, Dragonstar here. I just wanted to talk about birth charts today. When I was younger, I remember in middle school and high school, I loved to look up astrology and zodiac signs and trying to figure out what all that means. I did a lot of compatibility charts, seeing if I would have like big connections with people or not. And at the time, I would skip a lot of other classes and go to the library and study what I wanted to study. So that was like one of the things I would do big time. I didn't understand the past life stuff on it at that time. A lot of people would be like, oh, one thing's more to be a surprise than to have to worry about, I guess knowing things in advance or something like that. But what I've come to realize is that I wish I would have known a lot of those things in advance. But then I also noticed that I don't listen to my intuition very well, and when I'm shown things and lots of signs and synchronicities, that it'll be right in my face, and then I still just do whatever I'm doing. So that happens, and then it's more like showing me something. But I'm gonna start, instead of doing the past life stuff first, because a lot of people are like, oh, that don't sound like me, with their birth charts, or like they're not really their birth chart, but like their sun sign. Like they're like, oh, that doesn't sound like me. Well, with birth charts, it's you're not just your sun sign, and because you have a whole bunch of different planet placements when you were born, it's like it connects into the Akashic records, which is the astral realm, which we all come from and are connected to, always, forever, existing all the time, going different places all the time, meeting different spirit souls all the time. Some of the ones that have been from the very beginning, or like the new birth souls that are coming from the source. Just some have been around a lot longer, in the sense that they were, everyone comes from source, that's been around a long time. It's just, have they been, experiencing different lives and, things like that. They're more new to things. I'm not like a pro astrologer and can read the planets and signs. I watch a lot of people, let me think of some of the names, the Peacemaker, and what's her name? Oh, I can't think of it right offhand. There's a few of them that I watch that are really good, that can really understand the placements and kind of what's going on. They're just linked into what's going on in the world and how it's affecting everybody and what they're doing and, their life and stuff like that. Kind of like fate, but you're going to be doing it anyway. I, fit well with my sun sign, Sagittarius, but I noticed that, I fit a lot of my other placements as well. Okay, my phone was dying, but that's why I was all on the wall, laid down by it. But I was gonna start at mine to kind of give some insights on what it means and how it works. And this one I'm doing is Western astrology. It's not the Vedic astrology. There's two different ones. I have more knowledge in the Western one. The Vedic one is really cool too. In Vedic, I'm a Scorpio sun, Aries rising. But it's weird because I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart anyway, and I have some Aries in my chart with the Western astrology. So, but my sun sign in Western astrology is Sagittarius. My moon is in Aquarius. Mercury Sagittarius. Venus in Capricorn. Mars in Aquarius. Jupiter in Capricorn. Saturn in Scorpio. Uranus in Sagittarius. Neptune in Capricorn. Pluto in Scorpio. Lilith in Aries. And my ascendant rising sign is Taurus. And that's a really important one. I know the rising sign is kind of like what you're supposed to be kind of more becoming. You know, like the good parts. Because, like, you know, the good parts is that you're supposed to be more becoming of those. Also, my planets and houses, which I don't know houses that well, but my planets in the house, my sun is in the 8th house, moon in the 10th house, Mercury in 8th house, Venus in 9th house, Mars in the 10th house, Jupiter in the 9th house, Saturn in the 7th house, Uranus in the 8th house, Neptune in the 9th, and Pluto in the 7th, and Lilith in the 12th. And your sun sign is like how kind of like people see you, and also just like kind of the vibes you give off, like first impressions and things like that. For Sagittarius, it's like friendly, always on the go, love freedom, you know, hates routine stuff, easygoing, meets people from all walks of life, all different types of cultures. I love all different types of cultures, and get along well with both sexes, love both sexes, love males though, but I love both sexes. And it says Sagittarians often have blind faith in people and in the world, and their optimism is infectious. As a fire sign, quick temper but quick to forget. Very true. I don't sit there and hold grudges. I really don't care. I just say something, and that's just, you know, how it's feeling at the time. I don't mind apologizing for something too if I see that I'm wrong. So, you know, and I let things go. I'm just like, because I'm not trying to dwell on that. There's no reason to dwell on it. It says Sagittarians sometimes are responsible and have like an honest approach to life. Could be very honest. I like when other people are honest as well. Because, I mean, shit, we all mess up, we all make mistakes, and we're here to grow and learn and do things, create things. Since we are from Source is both male and female, so Spirit is both. So I'm pretty balanced when it comes to the masculine and feminine energy. I also have pretty balanced in my elements. They say 3 fire signs, earth signs 3, air 2, water 2. So it's pretty balanced. Even in my fixed signs is 4, mutable 3. I have Cryon and Gemini, Ceres and Taurus, Pallas and Pisces, Juno and Libra, Vesta and Libra, Fortune and Cancer, and South Node Scorpio. I'm a lot like my sun sign Sagittarius, but then I am a lot like my other signs in my chart as well, so it like brings it all together. And then also what I've noticed, if there's like things that you don't sound like, for example, I used to be really like all over the place. I still am a little bit with like projects and things I do, what I'm doing. But with my rising sign, which means what I'm supposed to be doing in this life and going towards, is Taurus, which that's my mom's sun sign. It's like really responsible, like really more organized, more, seeing the material things, and also having nice things and taking care of yourself really well. Because I wasn't doing that really well at all. I grew up more believing that I'm not supposed to care about the material world, and I'm just supposed to care about getting to heaven. So it made it like everything was dead, kind of, and like relationships would be really hard. Not supposed to really care about anything here, so that would include people, anything, animals, trees, world around. So I was kind of really like in my own zone of like shutting everything out and just going, yeah, I don't know. What should I be doing? What am I supposed? Why am I here right now? Really? I'm just supposed to want to go somewhere else. Okay. When I was in my like turning, I think it was probably like 29, 30. I avoided a lot of things. I didn't realize I avoided a lot of things. Like, I avoided people a lot, which, like in their material bodies. I avoided, like having things, because I thought that was bad and evil. Like, I didn't want anything. I didn't want anything to do with this realm and being here. I thought that was wrong, and that I was supposed to be somewhere else. So a lot of times, I would listen to my music, and I even heard that, music was evil and from the devil, and I'm glad someone was like, no, it's not. Because I would have, like, probably really flipped, believing that one. Because I was hearing everything is, like, double everything. So, I mean, down to what you wear, what you're doing, just, trying to control every little aspect of your life and what you're doing and how you're living your life and what you love and what you want to do. So, so, I mean, just think about the people that get told that, everything material is evil, and, so this plane, pretty much, that everything you can see and that we're all creating at the same time is bad. Which is weird, because, like, why would we be here if it's bad? It doesn't make any sense at all. So, I'm going, it's taken me a while to, do the take caring of myself and make sure taking care of my skin, my teeth, my hair, because not used to and that kind of shit at all. It was like, fuck all of it. If you don't like me because of whatever, I don't give a fuck. So now it's not that, I'm doing it for people to like me. It's just more like yourself, love the body that you're in, and enjoy yourself, enjoy where you're at, enjoy you know, the light outside. Enjoy people. Enjoy, it's okay. No, smile. It's all good. So, yeah, I'm enjoying music. I want to enjoy dancing, and I'm trying to. Once I know that, like, when I get back into really quitting my smoking, getting back to vegan like I was doing for like a year, and I was getting like into a really good routine of taking care of myself, and you know, I mean, I would be up at like 4 in the morning meditating, 4 or 5 o'clock every day meditating. I mean, I was super chill, doing qigong, yoga, and doing vegan, lost about like 100 pounds. I gained back about like 30 pounds, but I mean, I was feeling freaking great, and singing, and then shit happened where, you know, I wasn't scared or worried about anything. I mean, in the back of my mind, I was worried about my kids, in certain situations, which like hit me really hard in a certain situation, and even though the universe was like, oh, you don't need to worry about that, I just like kept worrying, wouldn't let it go, and you know, that's why I'm kind of back unhealthy, because I was just like doing like not anything, but just not caring what I ate and putting in my body, and just like nerves frying, just continuously. But okay, that was for my rising sign. If you have rising in Taurus, you're gonna, you know, be rising to a high level of material gain, and going towards loving the material world and loving yourself. And so that's what I'm here to transform into. But right now, I'm glad that I'm going more into my Taurus rising of trying to take care of myself. Actually, I'm starting like dressing up more, taking care of myself more, everything, health, everything more, and getting things that I like. Because I used to didn't care, and I would just be like, whatever. And now I'm more going towards things that I like and what I want, and that's what I'm supposed to do. Like, some people are like far extreme material, so they don't realize that, you know, we're in a realm and spirit, you know, it's all part of spirituality and things like that. But then there's some that are far on the other side that are just in the spirituality, and they're like seeing, like me, growing up, I would actually see like how computerized everything was. But at the same time, I kind of didn't understand it from, you know, how I was growing up. So it was like, just strange. But, you know, I wasn't enjoying anything of it, because it was like, oh, that's all bad, it's all bad. But it's not. Otherwise, why would we be here? So, and learning that we're all part of Source. What people say, God energy, everything's made out of energy, you know, just start doing the whole knowledge is power thing. Start learning everything. Everything's out of energy. Everything's made out of energy. So I like the research where they did the hate and love jar with the rice in it, and they would talk shit to one of them and put it aside, and then they would say loving things to the other one. Well, the hate one rotted, and the loving one like stayed beautiful. So it's like, yeah, everything's energy, and like depending on how you treat it and what you're doing to it, it's like how it comes out, how it turns out. So your moon sign is like your mind. It's like part of your mind, how you think. My moon is in Aquarius, so Aquarius is really kind of weird, you know. They like a lot of different things, and they're really, I don't know, they like a lot of different, they think about things differently too. And they're sociable. It says very intellect, lucid, has many friends, non-conformist, so yeah, it's Aquarius, and brings new life. It says kind of like weakness things, complex love life, sharp mood swings, eccentric. Your Mercury sign is how you communicate, like how you talk, like how you communicate to people. Mine's in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius on communication is like a philosopher, tolerant, respectful of laws, unless like it's going against what is right. Loves foreign travel, so I love foreign things. I love different cultures. I just think, why be a part of just one thing when you could be a part of all of it? Just, that's me. Believes that everything teaches you something. Yes, I believe you can learn something from anybody. I hate when people think they're better than other people and they're like, oh, that person's nothing, oh my god. It's like, yeah, dude, you haven't been where they were, you haven't walked through their freaking life, you don't know what they fucking know, so yeah, you might know some stuff that they don't know, and they know some shit that you don't fucking know, so get over it. Respect people, it's all good. Venus is your love sign. My Venus is in Capricorn. So Capricorn to me is not like the I don't know. Yeah, it says love is sincere. It says attracted with those with problems. Oh my god. Why? I'm trying to change that big time. So tired of the poor me victim mentality. Oh, I just want to kill myself. Everything's so horrible. Well, then freaking do something with your life. Do something that you like to do. Quit freaking whining. Get over your fucking self. Everybody has shit going on in their life. Look around, dude. Look around. Everybody's got something going on. So, work on yourself. Do something. Shit's happening to everybody. I'm tired of it. I'm done with that shit. It says I have tendency to hold back emotions, and I'm getting over that. See, when things don't sound like you, you're overcoming some of those things, and turning into these other signs that you're supposed to be turning into, kind of like molding into these things. And Venus in Capricorn is frightened of being disappointed in love. Like, hey, love yourself, have fun, something happens, if it don't, it don't matter anyway. Fine, being happy, being part of source just like everyone else, going after what I want. I don't know if I'm going to go over all my signs, but, Mars is like, fighting energy, fighter energy, or something like that, Mine's in Aquarius. It says assertiveness and social battle for freedom, independence or adventure. Always linked to society, though. Likes adventure, independence, and has some upset changes and disturbances, so things like that. So your Mars sign is going to be about like your attitude, but you're kind of like your fighter stance thing. Mars is, ruled by like war and stuff like that. Jupiter is your luck sign, kind of like, what you'll have luck in and things like that. Mine says professions, the ones that I go after. If I really want something and go after it, I usually get it. So, if I don't care too much, it's not, I'd like to direct, organize, usually correct, virtuous, and unworthy. And yes, sometimes it says weakness, too eager for gain. I need to slow down and enjoy the journey and relax. Saturn is like the harsh teacher, kind of like the one that's like where you gotta learn your lessons in certain areas. I have Saturn in Scorpio. Says I'm observant, self-controlled, unforgiving, which is not true. I am very forgiving, but the thing is, I'll let people go because I just don't want that type of energy around me. I love you, but I don't want to sit there and hear whining, complaining, and oh, poor me all freaking day. I really don't have time for it. You want that? Go over there and do that somewhere else. I love you. Once you stop crying, come back, hang out, have fun. Well, thank you. And also with Saturn and Scorpio, lots of courage, self-assurance, and can keep her cool. Which is my Saturn. Okay, the Saturn in Scorpio as also says no concessions or compromising, can be fanatic of a creed, party, or work or religion, which people that know me know that I was really at one time like set in a certain way of how I was raised. Yes, I really kind of was like set in my ways of like beliefs, even if there was like proof. It's like I couldn't see the proof because I was like, no matter what, that's wrong. I like had to get to a point to where I was like really wanting to grow and learn because I just felt like I was dying. Like I was stuck and not moving and not having any growth, and it was just like everything was caving in on me, and like so I had to like really figure out what it's like. Okay, you believe a certain thing, make sure that's what you believe. Really read it for yourself and see what it says for yourself, and then like, you know, I mean I just like that I started not getting scared of putting myself out there and having people beat me down in the sense of like, oh, that's stupid, you sound dumb, you know, that's not right, you really need to like learn shit. And that's, I mean, you know, because if I get shown something, then I will be like, oh, okay, like I get it more. Like, you show me where it says that, show me, you know, if I see how it works or see it in my face, then I'm more like, okay, I get it. I'm glad I'm not stuck how I was before. And another cool thing I know, you know, in my chart, it talks about my Venus, where I find love, will be a foreigner, and I will marry a foreigner. I'm not gonna marry when I'm older, because, yeah, not worried about that shit. I never was, even when I was young. I was like, fuck relationships. Like, didn't want to be tied down and didn't want to have kids, especially with the mentality that I had when I was younger. I mean, inside of me, I wanted like 7 kids, but at the same time, I was like, oh my god, the world's so fucked. There's no way I'm gonna bring a kid here, because then that's gonna make it so that's gonna be a weakness for me, where I can't stand up and need to do what I need to do, because it just felt like a weakness type thing, and I'm still trying to overcome those kind of thoughts of like kids and, you know, people being against me in a certain way, and I can't really stand up how I want because certain, you know, certain situations. So crazy. And I like that I'll probably, well, it says that I'm gonna be living in another country somewhere. Awesome, awesome, because I love traveling. Yes, 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 yes. And Mars in my 10th house says I have a lot of energy towards work till a great age. Not afraid of getting down and doing it, going after what I want, like I said earlier. It says I will improve my living conditions. And, you know, things like that, because my rising sign, like I said earlier, is in Taurus, so I'm supposed to be going towards enjoying this realm that we can, how it is set up and how you can see it and how we can do so much and make things beautiful and enjoy living. So I love that now, and I'm really excited. And I'm excited of getting closer to my friends and, you know, keep meeting people and keep having more fun. And I have where it talks about, you know, my relationships, my early, you know, things like that are not going to be good. And Mary's fairly late, as it says that. I love my Uranus in the 8th house talks about how I like archaeology and history, which I didn't know that growing up because I didn't really care about a lot of things. But as I get older, I love truth. I love finding out things. I love knowing what's real and what's really going on. So I love learning about like Atlantis and Egypt and all the different, like Asia, Africa, and Russia, and how it all fits in together, how we got to the point to where we are right now, what's going on in the world, and why everybody acts like the way they do, and, you know, stuff like that. I try not to dwell on it, but I like to know where we're at and what's been going on. And in my house, 5, 6, 7, 8, in the 8th house, it says Sagittarius. It says my death will be in a foreign land. I don't worry about death. It says it'll be an easy death, thank God. And it says, nevertheless, this will happen after a long life, and the body is too exhausted to continue. There's a lot to birth charts. I mean, there's so much more I could go over on just mine, but I mean, it's just really good, because you can really you're like, yeah, I can see why I'm doing this now, or I can see where this comes from. I mean, it goes into great detail, and the more big reports you get from people who really know what they're doing, I mean, they can tell you so much stuff. And like I said, astrology is a science. It's the planets and stars aligning and like pretty much telling who you are and your destiny and like the things that you need to overcome and get to. So it's really cool. I love it. Yeah. So I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you guys. I have so much more I could talk about, but you know, like my intense, passionate feelings. People tell me I'm pretty intense, but, you know, I look for intense people too, because I like the whole feelings and having emotions. So, but I love you guys. You guys have an awesome day. Dragon Star signing out. Peace.